welcome into Mike Gillespie Field as we get ready for baseball here on a Friday afternoon. Final game of a three-game set between the Antelope Valley Marauders and the College of the Canyons Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you along with us as always on the Cougar Sports Network. Get you the lineups here in a second for each side as we're still filling in our scorecard. Got things a little late today, but nonetheless getting going here. As the Cougars and the Marauders going at it for the third time in the last 3 days. COC won the opening game 14-12 here at Mike Gillespie Field. Sorry, old habits die hard in the terminology of the baseball field here. As we said, the Cougars won their first game of the series. As we said, a 14-12 game, a wild one between these two teams. And not to be unexpected, as Antelope Valley, one of the better offenses in the state and College of the Canyons this year, has been very good offensively at home. Yesterday, AVC won 17-8 up on the road in the wind in Antelope Valley. Today, we have another windy affair on our hands, and we'll get to work between College of the Canyons and Antelope Valley. Starting lineup for the Marauders: Keon Massini will lead things off. Then Eddie Stone in the 2 spot, Cody Turner batting 3rd, Trey Thomas in the 4 spot, Aiden Jamara in the 5 spot, Lucas Martinez batting 6th, Joel Calderon Serrano in the 7 spot, Mitchell Toma Britt in the 8 spot, and Chisholm Demers in the 9 spot, as they will go straight 9 to start as we are underway. First pitch from Kyler Fruity, grounded towards second base, fired on to first by Charlie Roca. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the first inning. So 1 away, Kyler Fruity off to a good start with 1 pitch and 1 out. A 5.04 ERA is 0-3 on the season. 30 1/3 innings pitched, has given up 40 hits, 22 runs, 17 earned, 19 walks, and 21 strikeouts on the season. That's Fruity way ahead, 0-2 here. To Stone. Stone down on strikes. 2 quick outs here as Fruity with a ground ball to second base and a strikeout on 3 pitches of Stone. 2 away. First strikeout for Fruity today. Here's Cody Turner, .487 hitter, 5 home runs, 54 RBIs. Fruity all over the strike zone here early on. In there to a called strike to Turner. Turner with those 5 home runs and 54 RBIs has been so very good out of that middle spot this year for Antelope Valley. The Marauders, one of the better offenses in the state of California this season. You got to imagine here today at Mike Gillespie Field, which is very much a hitter's ballpark, you'd have a chance to try and add to those totals. For the Marauders this year, as we said, the offense has been pretty solid. .336 as a team is 3rd best in the state of California on the year. They've had 324 total hits as a group, which is 3rd best as well. Is down on strikes is Turner. And Fruity cooking here early on. 2 strikeouts in the first inning. He sets down the side in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left for AVC in the first. As College of the Canyons coming up here on what is so far a gorgeous day in Santa Clarita. We'll give you the COC lineup. As Chris Cota, the head coach of the Cougars, will send Angelo Allman to the leadoff spot, followed by Charlie Roca, then Jake Schwartz in the 3 spot, a familiar 1, 2, 3 here late in the season. Jaden Steinhurst will clean things up in the 4 spot. Then Dominic Cervantes will bat 5th. Evan Jaquez will hit in the 6th spot today. Andrew Sherrill will bat 7th. Cade McPherson will bat 8th. Alex Friend will hit in the 9th spot for COC as they will face Cody Turner. 3-3 on the year as Turner, 43 innings pitched, has given up 42 hits, 30 runs, 22 of them earned, 38 walks, and 59 strikeouts with a 4.60 ERA on the season. And for Turner, the left-hander, he has allowed opposing hitters to hit just .250 against him this season in his 40 innings pitched. So we'll start things off with Angelo Allman. Will lead things off for the Cougars. .310 hitter on the season with 3 home runs and 9 RBI. For COC, the offense has kind of fallen off a touch at times without Colin Yeaman in the lineup, who's one of the state leaders in batting average. But now that he is done for the season with that shoulder issue, the Cougars offense at times has struggled. At times has looked really good. It's just a matter of which version of the COC offense shows up as that pitch fouled away from Allman. And we are underway here in the home half of the first inning. So St. Angelo, .310, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs on the season. Has actually done a really good job out of the leadoff spot since taking over that position. Was usually the 2-hitter as it was Yeaman in the leadoff spot. But again, the Cougar offense, it's just not been what it's been in the past. They still hit a lot of home runs, 41 of them this year, which is 6th most in California. It's a huge number for COC. But at 8-6 and 16-16 on the season, trying to find their way into a playoff spot. Right now, a game back of Glendale for 2nd in conference play, but 5 games back of LA Valley College, who right now is looking like they're going to win the conference. As this one lifted in the air towards deep left field and right on cue. Allman with a solo home run to lead things off, and the Cougars have a 1-0 lead here in the first. As for Allman, his 4th home run of the season, and no doubter to left field. And for the Cougars, who are one of the high-hitting offenses in terms of home runs, they're 42nd of the year. So a 1-0 Cougar lead on just the 4th pitch of the ball game for Cody Turner. Allman goes deep to left out towards the softball field. And Mike Gillespie Field remains a launching pad as the Cougars with a 1-0 lead. As here's Charlie Roca now stepping in. Roca takes the first pitch down and away. Roca hitting .240 on the year, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs this season. As he swings and pops this one up, playable into shallow right field, and it's going to be the second baseman, Calderon Serrano, to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Defensively for Antelope Valley, Jamara at first, Calderon Serrano at second, Martinez at short, Mosini at third, Thomas in left, Thomas Britt in center, and Stone in right with Demers behind the dish. Working along with Turner as the battery in today's game. As here's Jake Schwartz stepping in with 1 away. Schwartz, .311, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs on the season, takes a called strike. Schwartz, who they call Big Red, has been an important part of the lineup for the last 2 seasons. Usually works as the Cougars' closer, but plays first base throughout the game until it gets to that point. And has done a good job through the middle part of the order over his last 2 years. He's a tough out. He's kind of a kid that battles, doesn't strike out a lot. Puts the ball in play quite often. As he puts this one on the ground right at the shortstop Martinez, who scoops, fires 2 away. So after the solo home run, 2 away for Jaden Steinhurst, who is the team leader in home runs with 6 this season. Scratch that, he is second on the team in home runs behind Colin Yeaman, who had 7 before the injury. But 307 hitter, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs, does lead the team in RBIs this year. Actually, I can't read anything correctly today. He's second on the team in RBIs this year, as Jake Schwartz has 28. It's the first pitch to Steinhurst, misses away. Next one in for a called strike, makes it 1-1. This one hit on the ground. Martinez backhands it, fires to first. That's a smooth play from Martinez on a ball that was hit pretty hard from Steinhurst. But the Cougars do get one solo home run on the 4th pitch of the ball game by Angelo Allman. After a full inning in the books, COC with a 1-0 lead.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Top half of the second we go. Thomas, Jabara, and Martinez, the scheduled hitters for Antelope Valley. As we were talking about AVC this year, the offense has been outstanding. Like we said, a 336 average, which is 3rd best. 324 runs scored, also 3rd best. 391 hits, which is 5th in the state. 89 of those doubles, which is 3rd most. 22 triples, which is 2nd most. The only place they fall off a little bit is the home runs with 21. But you look, 294 RBIs, that's 4th most in the state. They've walked the 8th most time in the state with 195. The slugging percentage at .505, the on-base percentage at .448 is leading the state of California. Pretty much outside of that, they really haven't fallen off other than maybe the home runs, the stolen bases, the strikeout number's a little high at 251. But it's been a heck of an offense for Brian Moses, the head coach this year. As Thomas steps in, 361 hitter, 5 home runs, 36 RBIs, facing Kyler Fruity getting the start here today. Fruity behind after he was all over the strike zone in the 1st inning, behind 0-2 here. For Fruity, just his 8th start of the season. Was in the bullpen early on in the year and has kind of moved back out. He's way behind now, 3 balls and no strikes. And it's a 4-pitch walk from Fruity. First walk of the day issued by him. And he was really, other than 1 pitch, not much around the strike zone in that instance. For AVC this year, stolen base is not a huge part of the game, just 44. But they've done a good job, only been caught 5 times, so 44-49. So keep an eye on Thomas. First pitch swinging, lifted in the air towards shallow center field. Friend loses his hat, but has the ball in his sights and makes the catch, 1 away. Thomas this year has not attempted a stolen base. Not sure the Marauders will put him in motion here, as the offense just continues to stay strong as we go down. Lucas Martinez, a .387 hitter with 2 home runs and 17 runs batted in, stands in. And the lefty takes a called strike on an off-speed pitch from Fruity. It's 0-1. Defensively for COC, since we didn't get to set it in the first, Schwartz at first, Roca at second, Allman at short, Sherrill is the third baseman, Jaquez in left, Friend is in center, McPherson is in right, and Cervantes behind the plate for COC today. No balls and 2 strikes the count here to Lucas Martinez. Fruity set right at the belt, ready to deliver. This one hit right back up the middle. Allman can't make the play, trying to dive for it. It's a base hit for Martinez. First hit of the ball game for Antelope Valley. And they've got 2 on with 1 away here in this second inning. As Joel Calderon Serrano will step in. A .255 hitter with 2 home runs and 27 RBIs, trying to get AVC back on the board and tie the game up in 1 with a runner in scoring position in Trey Thomas out at second base. This one popped up on the first pitch, back of second base. I believe infield fly rule has been called, so the batter is out. 2 away. So here comes Mitchell Tomo-Britt. .235 hitter, no home runs, 12 RBIs this season. Fruity's fastball pops the glove, gets a called strike. One ball, 1 strike here to Tomo-Britt. Lefty batting. Takes a called strike, and it's it's 1-2. Mitchell out of Bend, Oregon. One of a number of out-of-state players on the AVC squad. As Fruity fans him on a breaking ball away. And a walk and a hit, but nothing else. 1.5 in the books, COC. Leading 1-0.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
No. Bottom half of the second. Cougars with a 1-0 lead. Dominic Cervantes, Evan Jaquez, and Andrew Sherrill, the scheduled hitters for COC. Cervantes, 340 on the season with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs, takes a called strike. Cervantes has done an excellent job behind the plate this year for COC. Has really
The Jersey Mike
cut down runners this season as that one grounded towards the left side and it gets through the infield. So Cervantes on. So it's a base hit for Cervantes as he gets it to squeeze through the infield, a little C&I ground ball. And this one gets away from the catcher Dimmers, so Cervantes is going to move up to second base now. So the Cougars now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Evan Jaquez standing in there, 345 hitter with 4 home runs and 19 runs batted in on the season. Big spot for Jaquez here, who's very dangerous down in this 6th spot. Has plenty of pop and can create problems for opposing pitchers. We've seen it a lot this year from Jaquez. When he gets a hold of one, he can really drive it. Does a good job running, so he would have been tough to double up regardless, but now with the chance to drive a runner in, the Cougars can try and take a lead, and he lines this one out into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. They'll send Cervantes to challenge Stone. He'll just get it back into the infield. Cervantes slides in safely, and the Cougars, on an RBI hit from Evan Jaquez, have a 2-0 lead. So the passed ball on Dimmers bites Antelope Valley as Jaquez drives him in with a base hit. And now Andrew Sherrill comes to the plate. Sherrill has been pressed into service as the everyday third baseman since the call-in game and injury. Sherrill batting .315 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Had a home run here the other day on our last webcast for baseball against LA Mission College. Now hits with nobody out and Jaquez over at first base. Cougars don't do a lot of running, so I wouldn't expect to see Jaquez in motion. For COC this year, just 24 stolen bases at 79th in California. Jaquez is 0 for 1 on the bases when he does run. We'll keep an eye on it, though, with the lefty Turner checking on him as well. Jaquez will stay put, and the 0-1 pitch misses well outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sherrill can't check his swing. On a ball in the dirt that Dimmers was able to block. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sherrill able to check it that time on a 1-2. So 2-2 count here to Andrew. Called strike 3 as it catches him on the inside corner. 1 away. First strikeout of the ball game for Turner. 1 down for Cade McPherson, who stands in. McPherson, 385 with 2 RBIs this year. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Just 5 hits and 13 at bats. Just his 3rd start of the season. As he takes a called strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. Haka has a very short lead over at first, not much in terms of a lead for him. He's kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit, and Turner decides to go to first. Keep him honest. Breaking ball from Turner in there for a called strike makes it 1-2. One-two pitch to McPherson, fouled in and out of the glove of Demers, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Breezy today, wind blowing out to left field a bit. Gusts will pick up just a touch, but temps in the high 60s, low 70s today. Wind maybe bringing it down a little cooler. So we're expecting some more rain as McPherson down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Turner. Uses the hook to freeze McPherson. 2 away for Alex Friend. Friend playing center field today, batting 115. Does have 5 RBIs. Alex's 13th start of the season. Only 6 hits and 52 at-bats this year. Shows bunt, but holds it back. Cougars with a home run in the first from Allman. A base hit from Jaquez to score Cervantes here in the second. A 2-0 lead. That one in for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Top of the order coming back around for COC. Friend can get on. Waits on the 2-1 from Turner. Delivered up and away on a fastball, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Cougars, as we said, 8-6 in conference play. At 16-16, have a shot at a playoff spot. His Friend hits this one out into left field, but got under it just a little bit too much. Thomas had to backpedal for a split second, but makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Cougars get one on a pair of base hits from Cervantes and Jaquez. 2 full in the books, COC. 2-0 over Antelope Valley.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Demers, Mosini, and Stone due up here in the third for Antelope Valley. Cougars with a 2-0 lead after runs in the first and the second. Chisholm Demers, a .203 hitter with a home run and 12 RBIs. Friend has looked good, not overpowering, but good so far as he's been around the strike zone, used his defense, and he's got 3 strikeouts here in the ball game. Comes with a fastball that time that has a little late life to it to the outer half for a called strike. This one fouled away off of Demers right in front of the plate. One ball and 2 strikes, top half of the third. Cougars a couple of runs on 3 hits in the ball game. Antelope Valley no runs on 1 hit, and they left 2 on last inning. This one lifted in the air, down the line and right. Trying to track it down was McPherson, but he's not going to get there. It's a fly ball base hit for Demers out into right field as he places it perfectly. And the leadoff runner aboard here for Antelope Valley in this 3rd inning. As they come back around to the top of the order, and Keon Mussini will step in. Mussini grounded to second on the very first pitch of the ball game. Back in the 1st inning, takes a breaking ball away. Friend very deliberate up there for Fruity very deliberate up there for COC. Takes his time. Doesn't work quickly as we've seen some of the other Cougar starters. Just deliberate, make sure he's set and ready. And as we said, not going to overpower guys, not necessarily a high fastball guy like we would see from Jasso and Patron, but crafty, mixes in the breaking ball well, has good control of all of his pitches. As we say that, he nearly hits Mussini. As we said, the numbers tell a lot of the story. Only 8 walks coming into today and 17 strikeouts. Now 20 on the season and 9 walks. So it's not going to be a guy that gives a lot of free passes. Allows the ball to be put in play and asks his defense to make plays for him as this one lined out to right field. Back-to-back base hits as Mussini hit it on the screws. And 2 aboard, nobody out here for Antelope Valley in this 3rd inning. So back-to-back base hits to right field, and Eddie Stone coming up. Stone struck out in the 1st. We'll see if the Marauders decide to move some runners around potentially. I would doubt it with the top of the order and how their offense has been. For Antelope Valley this year, 22 sacrifice flies, only 5 sacrifice hits. They really do just swing the bat and swing it well. And on top of that, they've been a very tough team to double up. Only 11 double plays hit into this season for Antelope Valley. Tells you a lot of the story as well, as they're not afraid to just let the offense do its work. Hence why they have a number of guys batting up over 300 in the lineup. As Stone takes a called strike, makes it 1-1. You look, the top 6 all over 300 average on the season, with the top 3 in Mussini, Stone, and Turner all hitting over 400. Turner hitting 487, as we talked about. Stone, a 400 hitter with a home run and 18 RBIs so far in the years. He hits this one on the ground. Allman, a diving play. His only chance is to 3rd, and he gets the lead runner as he's able to cut down Chisholm at 3rd, trying to slide in. That's a huge play from Allman. As that's a ball that probably is a base hit if Demers gets a little bit better jump. Instead, he's cut down 6-5 on the force out. Normally, you would hate to make the first out at third there, but you can't do much about it if you're Antelope Valley. That's just a slick play from the Cougars shortstop. So here's Cody Turner, struck out to start the ball game in his first at bat, or struck out in the to end the first inning in his first at bat. Takes a called strike and a breaking ball, hits with 2 on and 1 away. As he lifts this one to deep right field. That ball's well out of here. A 3-run home run for Turner. And Antelope Valley has all of a sudden a 1-run lead. As Turner, a no-doubt shot to right. And that out even bigger as it makes the lead just a 1-run lead. But Turner, his 6th home run of the year, give him 57 RBIs now on the season. And for Kyler Fruity, it's another home run allowed, which has been a real problem for COC this year. As a group, they've allowed 24 home runs coming into today, so make it 25. Some of that due to playing here at Mike Gillespie Field. For Fruity this year, that's his 7th home run allowed. Him and Harish Balacondran have both given up 7 on the season. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Thomas, who fouls it off down the right side, makes it 1-2. And again, that's kind of bitten the Cougars a little bit this year at times. The long ball for, the long ball against, to kind of live and die by it this season. So it's Trey Thomas, waiting on a 1-2 from Fruity. That one down to the dirt, makes it 2-2. So this one chopped on the ground towards short. Good play from Allman. Got the big hop, fires it to first, 2 away. Two down for Jabara. Flew out to center field in his first AB. As they say, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here. As they said, Jabara couldn't check his swing. Good pitch from Fruity. Thought he had strike 3. Instead, it's 2-2. Breaking ball on 2-2, just, I would say, missed up maybe from Fruity, so it'll make it a full count. Fruity again thought it was strike 3. Cervantes even moved like it was strike 3. But instead, the Cougars will have to wait at least one more here. Jabara waits on a 3-2 pitch. Fruity comes with a fastball. Jabara lifts it out to left field for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Antelope Valley after 2 pitches that were very tight to the zone. Fruity will have to face one more. Here's Lucas Martinez, who had a single back in the second inning.
All right, get this one, 11. Let's go.
Good pitch from Fruity on the outside to start things off here.
Let's go now.
One missed away. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Martinez. Breaking ball fouled away. This one hit on the ground. Allman can't come up with that one. Trying to dive and make the play as he was shaded towards second base with the left-hander Martinez up there. And so now runners on the corners for Antelope Valley. With 2 away in this third inning, already 3 runs across. Calderon Serrano comes back to the plate. Scored a hit for Martinez, his second hit of the ball game. Put runners on the corners. Calderon Serrano popped out on the infield his last time up. Takes a big hack at the first pitch from Fruity. Fruity trying to get out of this without giving up anything else. Ahead 0-2. 8th man to the plate in the inning. Chisholm Demers started things off with a single. And then Massini had a single to put 2 on. Stone grounded into a fielder's choice. Then Turner a 3-run home run. And back-to-back 2-out hits from Jabara and Martinez. It's the runner in motion on the 0-2 that's fouled away from Calderon Serrano. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Interesting to have Martinez in motion here. Again, Antelope Valley doesn't run a lot. Cervantes does do a good job behind the plate at cutting down runners. It's really helped solidify the Cougars' defense in terms of runners in motion. Last year, so you see one of the worst teams at keeping runners in their places. This year, 328 on the average of throwing runners out. It's 12th best. They've got 15 guys stealing. As strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Fruity gives up the 3-run home run to Turner, then battles through 2 hits. He gets through 3. Cougars trailing 3-2 over against Antelope Valley. Here as we go to the bottom half of the third. Top of the order for COC here in the third. Alman, Roca, and Schwartz. Alman a leadoff home run on the fourth pitch that Cody Turner threw to get the Cougars a 1-0 lead. Now comes up the Cougars trailing 3-2 after Turner hit the 3-run home run in the top half of the third inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. For Alman was his 4th home run, just his 10th RBI of the season. He's had a lot of opportunities to drive runners in. Takes a big hack on a 1-1 and fouls it back to the screen. Three balls and 2 strikes now as Alman able to work it back to a full count. Alman very active in the batter's box during at-bats. Kind of slides around very much like a Juan Soto style. He's down on strikes, 1 away. Third strikeout of the ball game for Turner. 1 down for Charlie Roca, popped up on the infield. His only at-bat of the ball game. Roca, the average down below 250. And it's just never been able to really get going this year consistently. Kind of been up and down, up and down. But has been consistent in the lineup in that 2 spot. As one of the leaders for COC this year in terms of just maturity. Last year was an everyday starter at second base before he went down with a late season injury. He's been the everyday starter at second base this year. Him and Jake Schwartz really the sophomore leaders on the squad. That one misses outside. Roca gets it back to 1-2. Turner lost his hat, didn't catch the ball. Just to pick everything up, and we'll go back for a 1-2 pitch. Roca able to fight it off. Breaking ball called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Turner. Gave him 4 now in the ball game. 2 down. There's Jake Schwartz, grounded to short in his only at-bat of the ball game. Thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network on this Friday from Mike Gillespie Field. COC and Antelope Valley, final game of a 3-game season series between these two. Each team with a win on their home field. Antelope Valley leading 3-2 right now, trying to pick up what would be their 7th conference win of the year. Marauders 17-14 on the year, very much alive for a playoff spot, much like COC. But for Antelope Valley right now, got to get yourself higher in the WSC-South standings to really give yourself a look at it. Schwartz lifts this one in the air, down the line and left. Thomas coming over will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. A quick inning for Turner. A couple of strikeouts, a fly ball to left field, 3 up, 3 down. 3-2 Antelope Valley after 3 full. 3-2 Marauders as we go to work in the fourth here. Mitchell Toma Brent, Chisholm Demers, and then Keon Mosini, the scheduled hitters for the Marauders. The ball's in 2 strikes. So this one hit on the ground towards short. Allman waits on it, made it a close play, but Toma Britt down. 6-3 for the first out here of the fourth inning. Allman waited a little bit long on that one. Made it a much closer play, but got him by a half a step. Now Chisholm Demers, who singled, was cut down at third for the first out of the third inning, comes in. Every hit for Demers brings his average a little bit higher, hitting just .302 on the year. Takes a called strike. It was a fly ball single last time he faced Fruity, who's still in there into the fourth. For Demers, it was just a perfectly placed ball. It should have, had it been a little bit more towards right field, would have hung up plenty of time for McPherson to get there, but he put it right in the right spot, right on the line. Not much McPherson could do. Good pitch from Fruity that time, but misses down. Makes it 1-2, trying to change the level a little bit here against Demers. This one lifted in the air, this time in a much more playable area for McPherson will make the catch. 2 away. There's Mosini coming back around. Singled and grounded to second. Scored on the 3-run home run from Turner last inning. So far that 3-run inning for Antelope Valley, the difference as we play here in the fourth. As Mosini, first pitch swinging, lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. It's the top of the Antelope Valley order. Starting to find its rhythm after they went 1-2-3 in the first. Mosini with back-to-back hits in as many at-bats. And now Eddie Stone, who's 0 for 2, struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice, comes in with a runner at first base and 1 away, or 2 away. Fruity throws this one away, trying to pick the runner off at first base. Mosini, with those long strides, has a chance to try and score here, and they're actually going to hold him up. As the ball went down into the Antelope Valley bullpen, Roca, McPherson, and Schwartz all trying to track it down. Just couldn't get to it quick enough, so Mosini goes to third. And now Fruity finds himself in some trouble here. Scored an error on Fruity. That'll bring Ryan Paramo out to chat. He's going to bring the entire infield in with him. Puts his arms around Kyler and Dominic Cervantes, as we've seen him do so often here. Very calming presence is Ryan Paramo, pitching coach for COC. His dad, Rob, the bench coach, catching coach, hitting coach. Rob does just about anything you can ask him to, but Paramo's very, very influential on the Cougar staff this year. And as we said, Ryan, very calming when he walks out to the mound. Marches his way back after the discussion. Likely to tell Kyler, it's okay, just settle in. Let's get the guy at the plate. As Stone stands in with a chance to extend Antelope Valley's lead with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away, but he waves at an off-speed pitch down in the zone on a little bit of a changeup, makes it 0-1. Good pitch from Fruity again. Able to get Stone to swing and miss. And he's got Stone on 3 pitches, so the discussion with Paramo settles down Fruity, strands Massini at third as he picks up his 5th strikeout of the ball game. So we go to the home half of the 4th. Antelope Valley with a 3-2 lead over College of the Canyons. Bottom half of the 4th, Steinhurst, Cervantes, Jaquez, the scheduled hitters for COC. Steinhurst grounded to short to end the 1st. Hits this one on the ground towards 3rd. Scooped up by Massini and able to retire Steinhurst. 1 away. Here's Cervantes, a little C&I single back in the 2nd inning. Took second base on a pass ball, then scored on an Evan Jaquez single. Can't check his swing on the first pitch from Turner. The ball's in 1 strike to the catcher, Cervantes. Cougars wearing the yellows today. Wore the blues on Tuesday for their 14-12 win. Cervantes, this one another ground ball through the left side of the infield. Hit much harder that time. Cervantes with a couple of singles. And the Cougars with a runner aboard for Jaquez and 1 away. So these two combined for a run back in the 2nd. Jaquez, an RBI single. Stands in, average ticking ever closer to 350 with that hit. Remember, Jaquez is a guy with plenty of pop as well. As he swings and lifts this one in the air towards shallow right center field. Play is made by Toma Britt. 2 away. Two down for Andrew Sherrill. Struck out back in the 2nd. Appreciate you tuning in with us here today on the Cougar Sports Network. Final webcast of the week for us. We'll have a couple more next week. Tuesday, the COC softball program will honor Michelle Jenkins with a special ceremony at 1:15 p.m. And then we'll play softball against LA Valley that afternoon. We'll have it for you on the Cougar Sports Network. And then we'll have Saturday's action for COC's baseball team as they take on West Los Angeles College on Saturday. in the final game of a 3-game set. Not many more webcasts for us this year, not many more live streams as we're getting towards the end of the season. The end of the school year. Sherrill hits this one on the right side, and that'll get through for a base hit. So Sherrill, his first hit of the ball game, and the Cougars with runners on first and second and 2 away here in the 4th. Cade McPherson will step in, struck out his last time up. For us here on the network, as we said, not many left. Tuesday's game against LA Valley, Saturday against West Los Angeles next week, and then just 2 more regular season home games on the network. Cougars against Citrus, and then we finish out the year with College of the Canyons against Glendale, at least the regular year. Both baseball and the softball teams trying to make the playoffs. We'll see if either one does and if either one hosts. It's 1 ball, no strikes to count to McPherson. Takes a called strike, makes it 1-1. McPherson waves through that one. This ball fouled away. Keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes here to McPherson. That one misses away. Turner, I think, just lost it out of his hand that time. Wasn't even close to the zone. Two balls and 2 strikes to count here to McPherson. 2 runners on, 2 away. It's a 3-2 ball game here in the 4th. And the count is full, so everybody will get a head start here. Three balls, 2 strikes here to McPherson. Runners will get a head start. McPherson lifts it in the air towards deep left field. And that ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Cade McPherson, his first of the year. And the Cougars regain the lead here in the 4th. Second home run surrendered by Turner today out to deep left field. McPherson with his first of the year. And the Cougars with a 5-3 lead. Now here in the 4th. And the first pitch put on the ground by Friend, and he's got a bunt single. The Cougar offense starting to find its way here. It's back-to-back hits. A big one and a small one, but they're hits nonetheless. As Alex Friend on with a bunt single up the third base line. Saw that Mussini was deep. And for Friend, it's just his 7th hit of the year. But now it brings a conference out for Antelope Valley as they want to talk things over a bit. After Turner, it looked like he was in a bit of cruise control after the first inning where he gave up a home run, the second inning where he gave back-to-back hits. but he retired 8 of 9 since the Jaquez hit that gave the Cougars a 2-0 lead. Had 4 strikeouts in that time as well, but gave up the hit to Andrew Sherrill to the right side. Had McPherson with 2 strikes on him, but got it back to a 3-2 count. With the runners in motion, McPherson launched one to left for the 3-run home run, and now Friend with a bunt single. And we go back to the top of the order with Andrew Allman in there. 2 outs and Friend at first base. Turner's first pitch misses up. No action in either bullpen right now, so both head coaches saying they're going with the guy they've got right now. Quick move to first, but Friend back in safely. Friend just 1 for 2 on the bases this year. Antelope Valley has struggled to throw runners out. Just 12 runners caught stealing. They've given up 77 stolen bases on the year. That's near the bottom of the state. 75th in the state in terms of stolen bases allowed. And Allman way ahead here as Turner, after giving up the 3-run home run to McPherson and the bunt single to Friend, looks a little rattled up there on the hill. It's his second disengagement here on this at bat, so likely has to come to the plate on a 3-0. And he walks Allman on 4 pitches. And the Cougars have sent 8 to the plate now as Charlie Rocca will step in. Rocca 0 for 2, struck out and popped out. Canyons 5 runs on 7 hits. Antelope Valley 3 runs on 7 hits. And Turner 5 straight have missed the zone. That one nearly hits Rocca. Seven in a row that have not found the strike zone as Turner has started to struggle, and now Antelope Valley will get somebody up in the bullpen. Looks like a left-hander up there. Might be Connor Kearns, can't tell. As it's a 4-pitch walk, 8 in a row from Turner, and the Cougars will send their 9th man to the plate here in Jake Schwartz, who's 0 for 2. Bases loaded full of COC Cougars here in the 4th, with 2 away for Schwartz. 9 in a row from Turner that have missed the zone. And that one finally finds a strike as he comes right down Broadway to make it 1-1. 5-3 COC. 3-run 4th inning on the board so far. They say Schwartz was able to check his swing. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And it's another walk, back-to-back walks. And it walks in a run for COC. An RBI for Schwartz. And we go back to Shaden Steinhurst, who started the inning off by grounding to third. Takes a called strike. The base is still loaded here for the Cougars. A 6-3 lead now. They've gotten to Turner here for 4 runs in this 4th inning. Good breaking ball that time from Turner. He seems to have found his command once again. Walked Allman, walked Roca on 8 straight pitches, then walked Schwartz on 5 pitches. But he's ahead here to Steinhurst, and he misses up. Tried to overthrow on the fastball that time, just lost it up in the zone. One, two here with the bases loaded. Steinhurst fights it off, fouls it away. Another breaking ball misses away, and now it's a full count, so the runners will get a head start here. Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the 4th, 4 already across. And Allman now going to be caught in a rundown. I don't know where Allman was going here, but he runs the Cougars out of the inning. COC gets 4, though, on a 3-run home run from Cade McPherson and an RBI walk from Jake Schwartz. We head to the 5th, 6-3 COC. Pitching change for COC here in the 5th. So Kyler Fruity goes 4, gives up 3 runs on 7 hits. walked 1 and struck out 5. And it's John Barr in to take over now as he faces Turner, Thomas, and Jabara. Barr this season, an .850 ERA, 3-1 in 13 appearances, has pitched 18 innings, given up 19 hits, 17 runs, all of them earned, 18 walks and 25 strikeouts. As Turner fouls it away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. So Fruity gonna go for no decision, pitches 4. Was not going to factor in as he doesn't qualify as the starter. Barr called strike 3 to set down Turner. Second time today, Turner's been out on strikes, 1 away. First strikeout for Barr. It's Trey Thomas. 0 for 1, walked and grounded to short. Canyons a 4-run 4th inning to have a 6-3 lead as this one fouled away. Clouds starting to roll in, pretty heavy clouds. We're expecting rain tomorrow. See if we maybe get some today. Let's hope not. 1-1 from Barr, misses down. Three balls and 1 strike. As we work in the 5th. So this one takes a big hop off the lip. Good play from Allman. Strong throw to first and a good stretch by Schwartz to finish off Thomas. 2 away. Kind of a funky play all around. Took that high hop off the lip in front of the plate. Made it a tougher play on Allman. And then he threw it just off the left side. Now we'll have a discussion. Brian Moses out to talk to the first base umpire who said Schwartz was able to keep his foot on the bag. And the umpires, I guess, going to get together here. And they will call him out. So 2 down, Aiden Jabara coming in. Singled and flew out, takes a called strike. This one lifted in the air out towards left center field. That one's going to get down for a base hit as it bangs off the wall. Jaquez tries to fire it in on a turn, but it's a stand-up 2-out double for Jabara's second hit of the ball game. So 2 down for Lucas Martinez, who's 2 for 2 today. Trying to get one across for AVC here in the 5th inning. Cougars ran themselves out of a bases loaded 2-out spot with Steinhurst, their cleanup hitter, at the plate, as Allman was trying to get early motion on a 3-2 pitch from third and ran into an out basically at the plate. But they did get 4 in the last half. One count here to Martinez as the lefty bar set at the belt. This one hit out to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Jaquez charging. They'll try and come up throwing, but safe at the plate is Jabara. The throw out to second, not in time to get Martinez, who has an RBI hit. Antelope Valley gets one back across. On a single from Martinez, and he advances to second on the throw. So a 2-out hit after a 2-out double. Scores a run for Antelope Valley. And Joel Calderon Serrano standing in. 0 for 2 so far today. He fouls that one off, and it's 0-2. This one chopped back to Barr, and he'll field his position, underhands it to first. So Barr gives up 2 2-out hits. And College of the Canyons with a 6-4 lead as we go to the home half of the 5th inning. Home half of the 5th. Pitching change for Antelope Valley. Connor Kearns will come in to take over. 13th appearance of the year for Kearns. A 6.75 ERA and 21 1/3. He's given up 23 hits, 19 runs, 16 earned, 17 walks, and 25 strikeouts, with a opposing hitters hitting .277 against him this year. As he'll step in to face Steinhurst, Cervantes, and Jaquez. In this 5th inning, Steinhurst left at the plate with the bases loaded, swings at the first pitch, grounds it on the left side, and he's on with an infield hit. First hit of the ball game for Steinhurst comes here in the 5th. And now Dominic Cervantes is 2 for 2, stands in. Cougars have played small ball very well this year for a team that hits a lot of home runs. Talk about 2 of them already today, which puts them at 43 total on the season, which is top 10 in the state. They've also done a good job, 22 sacrifice hits, which is 22nd in the state. 16 sacrifice fly balls. They've grounded into 25 double plays, been one of the problems on the offensive side, but they're kind of a team that it's either feast or famine on the long ball, and otherwise they play small ball to try and push runs across. Cervantes will continue to hit. I think you'd let Cervantes hit here today as he's 2 for 2. One of the hotter hitters in the Cougar lineup this season. Average up over 340 with 2 more hits today. It'll be closer to 350. As he's way ahead here. As Kearns falls behind. Closed the book on Turner. Went 4. Gave up 7 hits. 6 runs. All 6 of them earned. As Cervantes on with a walk. And the Cougars with runners on first and second here. It's the first walk of the day issued by Kearns. Just his second batter. And here's Evan Hawkes, who's 1 for 2. So Turner had 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. First and second here for Hawkes. Bunts and bunts it back to the screen. You're going to pop a bunt up, you'd at least like to pop it up back into the screen like that, so we'll see if he does it again here. As Chris Cota has often opted for this option. Up and down the lineup. Kearns waiting on the signal. First baseman Jabara on the cutout. Hawkes showing bunt early, drags it back, will slash it up the middle, and a diving stop by the second baseman, Calderon Serrano, and they're able to cut down Cervantes at second on a bang-bang play. And it'll put runners at the corners here. Chris Cota wanted to talk about it. Didn't get a chance to get the umpire to come over to him, but it'll bring Andrew Sherrill to the plate with the runners on the corners and 1 away. So bang-bang play at second base. We don't have the option of replay here in the 3C2A. We don't have option of replay here on the webcast as well, so it was tough for us to tell. It certainly looked very close. I thought Cervantes might have had it by just an inch or 2, but field umpire in a much better position, so we'll take his word for it. 2 balls and no strikes here to Sherrill. So runners on the corners for COC with 1 away. Thought Hawkes' little slash was going to get through the middle, but Calderon Serrano credited him with a great play, diving back up the middle. Sherrill hits this one down the third base line on a 2-0 pitch, and we'll do it again, this time at 2-1. As you got to remember, Calder and Serrano on that play with Jabara charging from first on the bunt show from Jaquez. He's got to slide over to first base and be ready to cover first, so he had to go back to his right to make the play and was able to get there. Sherrill lifts this one in the air. Shallow right field, going to be trouble, and it's going to get down. So Sherrill will drive a run in. On a little looping fly ball out to shallow right field. The second baseman, Calderon Serrano, didn't move well on it initially. I think it's going to be scored a base hit here. That is indeed what it is. A base hit for Andrew Sherrill, his second of the ball game. He's got an RBI out of it as well. And the Cougars now with runners on first and second here for McPherson, who an inning ago in a spot like this had a 2-run home or a 3-run home run. So 7-4 now, COC. Steinhurst scores on the little looping fly ball that falls in for a base hit. McPherson takes a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Runners at first and second for COC. Sherrill an RBI hit. Stands at first. Jaquez, who reached on the fielder's choice, leading away from second. Kearns has yielded a run here in his first inning. McPherson hits this one on the ground softly towards third. On to second for 1, over to first in time. 5-4-3, the double play to end the inning. But the Cougars do get one on a little looping fly ball from Andrew Sherrill. We go to the 6th, COC with a 7-4 lead. Barr continues to work here in the 6th as he'll face Thomas Britt, Demers, and Massini. This is going to hit out into right field for a base hit. Thomas Britt going to try and go for second and leg out a double, and he'll get there as the ball got away from Allman on the tag. McPherson a little lazy getting over there. It's a leg double for Mitchell Toma-Britt. A leadoff runner aboard in scoring position for Antelope Valley here in the 6th inning. Sun poking out from behind the clouds behind us, but when we go to that wide shot of the field, you can see heavy clouds up over the right field area. See if that plays any factor here as the day continues on. So we sit in the 6th inning right now. Here's Chisholm Demers, 1 for 2 today. Mario there working his 2nd inning of the ball game. Breaking ball in for a called strike, makes it 1-1. Good pitch that time in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes, or 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here to Demers. That one fouled away. Demers got just enough of it. This one popped up in foul territory. Schwartz not going to get there as it just lands out of play. So we'll do it again at 1-2. This one driven down the line but foul, so we'll stay at 1-2. Good take that time from Demers. So he and Barr in a bit of a battle here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Demers just reaches out and pokes it out into right field for a base hit. And it'll put runners at the corners here with nobody out. Demers his 2nd hit of the ball game. And the top of the order coming back around in a 7-4 ball game. As Massini used 2 for 3. Will step in. And I think that's going to bring the end of the day to John Barr. The Cougars with an arm up in the bullpen getting loose in a hurry. Chris Cotto walking out. That'll bring us a pitching change here in the 6th inning. Cougars with a 7-4 lead. So the Cougars will go with a pitching change here. Joseph Jasso will come in. Pitched on Tuesday. He went 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, walked 4, and struck out 6. For Jasso this season, he's been the #1 for COC, a 3.59 ERA in 72 2/3 innings. Struck out 88, walked 27. He's given up 36 runs, 31 of them earned on 78 hits, and he's 6-3 on the season. A big spot here with 2 on, runners on the corners and nobody out. He faces the heart of the Antelope Valley order. As Malsini in there takes the pitch down and away. So you go with your #1 here in a game for COC that you really kind of do need to have. Keep pace with the top of the WSC-South as Malsini fouls it away. This one hit on the ground towards second. Roca to second for 1, on to first. And a double play from Jasso. The Cougars give up the run, but a 4-6-3 double play. And you'll take the 2 outs for the run, and now it's a 7-5 ball game. So just the 12th double play grounded into this season for Antelope Valley. It's an RBI double play ball for Malsini, as it does bring a run home. And that makes the count 1-1 strike now to Eddie Stone, who's 0 for 3, struck out twice and grounded into a fielder's choice, scored on the 3-run home run from Cody Turner back in the 3rd inning that gave Antelope Valley a 3-2 lead. Jasso's pitch a fastball in the outer half for a strike. One ball and 2 strikes to count here. Stone takes inside. Looking around the WSC-South. LA Valley leading 8-1 over Bakersfield in the 6th. Stone down on strikes. That'll end the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Jasso. As he faces 2, gets 3 outs. We go to the home half of the 6th. COC still with a lead, this time at 7-5. Friend, Allman, and Roca, the scheduled hitters for COC, facing Kearns in this 6th inning. As you're saying, around the rest of the WSC-South, Glendale leading LA Mission 5-1. So it's a game the Cougars certainly keeping an eye on. And Citrus and West LA, no score shown. As Friend, first pitch swinging, lifts it in the air, down the line and left. This one's going to be trouble. It'll land for a base hit. So a fly ball single for Alex Friend for his 2nd hit of the ball game. It's the 2nd one of those we've seen today down the line, perfectly placed. We saw it from the 9-hitter in Demers for Antelope Valley back early in the ball game, and we see it here from Alex Friend, the 9-hitter for the Cougars. As we go back to the top of the order with a runner at first base for Angelo Allman here in the 6th, who's 1 for 2 with a home run. Led the game off with the home run. As he shows bunt, and it's a foul ball. For Allman, just his 4th home run and 10th RBI of the year back in the 1st inning. No doubt shot out to left. Got the Cougars on the board. One of 3 home runs in the ball game between the two sides. His Friend moving, and he's going to have second base stolen here. I mean, everybody asking for a balk on that too from the COC side. Didn't matter. Friend has it stolen. It's a stolen base. They were saying that Kearns, and it looked like he was going to the plate, and that's why Friend took off, and he threw it to first. Not sure. Our angle's tough to see, but it's a stolen base for Friend, so now Allman with the runner in scoring position, swings and misses, makes it 0-2. It's a good read from Friend. 2nd stolen base of the year for him. As he was gone before Kearns even decided where he was going, really. And then, like we said, Kearns with a step that looked like it was definitely towards the plate, but didn't matter. Stolen base nonetheless. And Allman going to try and cash it in on a line drive, but Stone makes a sliding catch as it hung up just long enough for him to get there. 1 away. So a little sinking line drive that's caught by Stone, and Charlie Roca, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, comes to the plate. Cougars would like to cash Friend in, sitting out at second base. Roca fouls the first pitch away. That one in for a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes here to Roca. That one misses away. Demers trying to steal it as he slides it back towards the zone, but didn't get the call. 1-2. This one lifted in the air out towards right field. Playable for Stone, who will make the catch. Friend trying to go to third and will. So it's a fly ball out for Roca that does advance the runner. Two down for Schwartz, who's 0 for 2 with a walk today. Walked in a run back in the 4th inning. Base hit will drive in Friend. So the Cougars lead 7-5. And what is another high-scoring affair between these two offenses today. Remember, the Cougars won 14-12 on Tuesday in the opening game of the series here at Mike Gillespie Field. Antelope Valley won 17-8 yesterday at Marauder Field. The Cougars winning 7-5 right now, make it 8-5 as Schwartz with a soft sinking line drive out to right field for a base hit and an RBI, his second RBI of the ball game. And the Cougars with a 2-out hit cash in the run from Friend, who had a fly ball single out to left field, then stole second base. And scores on the base hit. That'll bring Jaden Steinhurst back to the plate, who singled and scored last inning. Steinhurst first pitch swinging, fouls it away. So Friend scoring for the second time today. That one thrown away, trying to pick off Schwartz, and he's going to go towards third, much like what happened to COC a couple of innings ago when Fruity threw one away. So it's a 2-base error, and now the Cougars with another runner in scoring position here. Steinhurst has a chance to try and cash in one more. 8-5 Cougars here in the 6th. Teams have traded runs in the 5th and the 6th inning. Cougars got 2 in the first 2 innings, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 2nd. Antelope Valley 3 in the 3rd, Canyons 4 in the 4th, and then both with 1 run in the 5th and the 6th so far, with COC hitting still here in the 6th inning with 2 away and a runner 90 feet away. Steinhurst fouls it away to stay alive, keeps it 1-2. Foul tipped into the glove of Demers. Steinhurst down on strikes. Cougars do get one here in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning, 8-5 in favor of COC. Turner, Thomas, and Jabbar, the hitters here to face Jasso in the 7th for Antelope Valley. Cougars have, since the 4-run 4th inning, kept the Marauders at arm's reach. Matching runs in the 5th and the 6th. Turner, a 3-run home run in the 3rd that gave AVC their only lead of the ball game, but has struck out twice, 1 for 3. Good fastball from Jasso that time, makes it 1-2. For Turner this year, those 54 RBIs coming in 117 at-bats before today, so now 57 RBIs and 120 at-bats. 15 doubles, 9 triples to go along with his 6 home runs. So he hits this one right back on the box. And Jasso jogs it to first, tosses it to Schwartz, 1 away. So Jasso's retired 3 in a row. Got a double play ball when he came in the 6th. After Barr gave up a double to Thomas Britt and a single to Demers. Struck out Stone, gets Turner to ground out. Now he faces Trey Thomas, who's 0 for 2. Grounded to short twice and walked. Thomas, 9 doubles, 5 home runs this season. 9 of his 39 hits, so slugging percentage up 583. And when you look at the slugging percentages for Antelope Valley, there's a reason why they're one of the best slugging teams in the state at 505. You look, Turner 897, Massini 592, Stone 560, Martinez 587, Daniel Munoz 625, Thomas 583 as he takes a strike. Jabara 532. So a lot of guys nearly half their, or nearly half their guys up over 500 on the slugging percentage this year. 1-2 the count here to Thomas. It's Josso's delivery called strike 3 on a slider on the outer half. 2 away. Second strikeout for Josso since coming aboard in the 6th. Closed the book on Barr, by the way, if we did not. 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Struck out 1 and an inning plus. And right now stands to be in line for the win for COC. There's Aiden Jabbar. Takes the pitch away. His friend went 4, gets the no decision as he doesn't qualify for the victory today, despite leaving the game with the lead. This one nubbed towards first off the hands of Jabbar. Schwartz had trouble with it at first, but the PFP during the season pays off. 3-1 the out. 3 up, 3 down. Josso solid through 2 innings of work now. Stretch time here from Mike Gillespie Field, COC, with an 8-5 lead. Cervantes, Jaquez, and Sherrill to face Kearns here in the Canyons' 7th inning. Cervantes 2 for 2 today with a walk. Couple of singles, couple of runs scored. Fans of that one from Kearns. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Cervantes has been a tough man to get out today, and he's going to get on once again as he lifts that one off the wall in right center field, headed to second. Cervantes in with a stand-up double mere inches away from the 3rd home run of the ballgame for COC, but he'll take the stand-up double nonetheless. And the Cougars in business here in the 7th on an opposite field double off the right center field wall from Dominic Cervantes. There's Evan Jaquez, 1 for 3 today. Singled home run back in the second. Actually drove in Cervantes. Flew out and grounded into a fielder's choice. Called strike against him. As he couldn't bring the bunt back. This one lifted in the air on the right side. Calder and Serrano there to make the catch, 1 away. One down for Andrew Sherrill, couple of singles and RBI. And 3 at-bats today. Trying to pick up another here for COC. Fouls the first pitch away. Chops this one on the infield on the left side. That's a good play from Massini coming across. He's the only one that can make that play in that instance, as it gets just by the pitcher, Kearns. It's a little bit too much on the infield for Martinez to be able to make the play as the shortstop, so Massini is the only one that can do it and does. 2 down, and here's Cade McPherson. McPherson, a 3-run home run in the 4th inning to give the Cougars the lead, which they have not surrendered since that. Grounded into a double play in his last at bat. Lifts this one in the air to right field, but playable for Stone, who will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars leave a leadoff double out there. We go to the 8th inning. 8-5, College of the Canyons.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Josso to face Martinez, Calderon, Serrano, and Thomas Britt here in the 8th inning. Nothing in 2 here to Martinez, who's 3 for 3 today. 3 hits, an RBI, all 3 singles. This one popped up in foul territory. Sherrill not going to be able to get there as it lands in the bullpen. Martinez retired for the first time today on strikes. Third strikeout of the ball game for Jossos. Here's Joel Calderon Serrano, who's popped up, struck out, and grounded back to the pitcher. Way behind here, though. 3 balls and no strikes. That's a 4-pitch walk. First walk of the day issued by Josso. This one popped up in foul ground. So 1-out base runner here for Mitchell Thomas Brent, who's doubled, struck out, and grounded to short. Good 1-1 pitch from Josso. A little slider in on the hands. Good pitch from Josso. Sets down Thomas Britt on strikes looking. Second strikeout and leading 4th of the ball game for Josso. And with 2 away, it brings us to Chisholm Demers, who's 2 for 3 today. This one popped out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Demers. Good breaking pitch from Josso for a strike. Josso came in the 6th with nobody out and 2 on. Got a double play ball and a strikeout. Retired the side in order in the 7th. Through Turner, Thomas, and Jabara. Has now given up a 1-out walk, but struck out 2. So this one hit on the ground on the right side. Rocco will scoop and fire, and that'll end the inning. So a good inning from Josso. As we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, COC with an 8-5 lead. Friend to start things off, a line drive, snagged out of the air by the shortstop Martinez. 1 pitch, 1 out. Friend hits it hard, but comes up with nothing. And now Angelo Allman will come to the plate here, facing Kearns. Still in this 8th inning. Allman, the solo home run. 1 for 3 today. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up foul, out of play. Allman flew out to right his last time up. Takes a called strike that makes it 0-2. 8 of the 9 Cougar batters have had hits today. Only Charlie Rocca without one so far in the ball game. Everybody has reached base for COC, because they've put up 8 runs on 12 hits here in the ball game. This one lifted in the air towards left field and deep. Going back, not able to get there is Thomas. And Allman has his 2nd solo home run of the ball game. Both of them to left, and the Cougars now with a 9-5 lead. That one a little tighter than the first one. Thomas gave it a look, but couldn't come up with it as he hits it right out off the Mike Gillespie field sign. The Cougars extend their lead by 1 here in the 8th. Perfect timing for Allman's 5th of the year. 2 home runs, 2 RBIs today, and 4 at-bats. And now Charlie Roca, the last remaining Cougar without a hit, stands in. After the Cougars add 1 more. And Roca now makes the count even 3-2. Trying to find a way on here with 1 out. Lines this one down the line and left. That's a fair ball. It's going to get into the corner. Roca headed towards second base, and he'll be in with a stand-up 1-out double on a 3-2 pitch from Kearns. And now every Cougar in the lineup today with at least a base hit, as Roca a 1-out double. So here's Jake Schwartz. With a 1-out base runner. Last time against Kearns, Schwartz with a single back in the 6th inning. That one hits him. This will put runners on first and second here for COC. That one caught Schwartz in a bad spot, uncomfortable. Looks like he'll be all right and stay in there. And now Steinhurst with 2 on. Just 1 away, singled back in the 5th. That's his only hit in 4 at-bats. Conference out there at the mound with Kearns, who came in the 5th and has stayed in there. He's given up 3 runs since coming in. Gave up a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, and the solo home run here in the 8th. for COC. We'll see if going into the 9th now with a 4-run lead, they decide to stay with Jasso or go elsewhere. Jasso's been solid through 3. You have the option of Jake Schwartz, who's still working out the right elbow a little bit after he took that pitch off the elbow. Luckily, it's not his throwing arm. So we went on the 1-0 to Steinhurst here. One misses away, 2 balls and no strikes. I did see Darren Davis up for a moment in the COC bullpen. Antelope Valley with some movement in their bullpen as well. So that one to Steinhurst misses, and Kearns loses his hat in the process. Maybe Ryan Ficini out in the bullpen getting loose. Can't tell the number. It's hard to see through the fence line. 3-0 in for a called strike, makes it 3-1. That is indeed who it is for Antelope Valley. Ficini out there getting loose. Steinhurst able to walk. The base is now loaded full of Cougars. So now the base is loaded for COC. And Dominic Cervantes, who's been the most dangerous man in the lineup coming in, swings and lifts the first pitch foul out of play. Antelope Valley has not been able to get Cervantes out today. So far, he's singled twice, doubled, and walked. Behind in the count, 0-2 here with the bases loaded. 1 away. Canyon's a chance to try and bust this one way open. Already leading by 4. That one misses away, makes it 1-2. Got Jaquez waiting in the on-deck circle. Sherrill behind him trying to get ready. Genie's still out there getting loose. It's Kearns right now the guy. Cervantes lifts it in the air to deep left center field. Should be enough to get home a run. Tagging at third base and scoring is Charlie Roca. Cervantes with a sacrifice fly ball drives in another run, and the Cougars add to their lead. Everybody advances. Everybody advances 90 feet. Antelope Valley deciding to check second base. So it's an RBI sacrifice fly ball for the second out. And Cervantes, who has been a tough out today, makes an out that time, but drives in a run. And now Jaquez hits with 2 on and 2 away. Jaquez singled to run home back in the second. Chops this one towards third. Saney takes the high bounce, fires to first, and that'll end the inning. Cougars, though, do get another run, another couple of runs, an RBI sacrifice fly ball from Cervantes after the solo home run from Angelo Allman, his second of the ball game. Canyons will take a 5-run lead here into the 9th inning from Mike Gillespie Field. So we go to the 9th here. 10-5 COC. Josso staying in there. And Josso actually in line for a save right now, as this will be his 4th inning for work. Should he be able to finish this one off? He'll face the top of the order, though, in Massini, Stone, and Turner. As Antelope Valley needs to find some runs here in a hurry. They've got one base runner on against Josso, who's retired 8 of the 9 he's faced so far. The 9th out was actually a runner that was left on from John Barr. As Josso's been good. 4 strikeouts in 3 innings of work. He's walked 1. He's even the count against Massini, who's got a couple of hits and 4 at-bats. One delivery, misses just down. That one fouled back off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top half of the 9th inning, Canyons with a 10-5 lead. Another high-scoring affair between these two sides. Canyons with a run in the 1st, a run in the 2nd, 4 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 8th. Antelope Valley, a 3-run 3rd inning. Picked up 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. Massini hits this one in the air towards center field. Friend patrolling is right there to make the catch. 1 away here in the 9th. There's now Eddie Stone, who doesn't have a hit so far today. Reached and scored in the 3rd, but has struck out 3 times. Stands in. Good breaking ball from Josso in for a strike. Stone's had a rough one today. 3 strikeouts and a fielder's choice. He's just not seen the ball well, and Josso comes back with a breaking ball again. Fastball that time fouled away. This one popped up in foul ground behind the first base dugout. And Schwartz able to make the catch. Couldn't see it as it's off our screen, but he makes it nonetheless. 2 away. It's a big play by the first baseman Schwartz, not to give Stone new life. And so Antelope Valley down to their final out as Cody Turner standing in. Turner responsible for 3 of the 5 runs, a 3-run home run. This is only hitting 4 at-bats today. It's the first pitch from Josso misses away. Faced Josso in the 7th and grounded back to the box. Struck out twice and had the 3-run home run. Plenty of rope for Josso to work with here, and a 5-run lead, and Antelope Valley down to their final out. Good pitch at the knees for a strike. A little slider at the knees from Josso. Good pitch again. This time a breaking ball. Makes the count 2-2. So AVC down to their final strike here. Josso trying to finish it off. Turner lifts it in the air on the infield. Allman immediately calling for it. Drifting over, and that'll do the ball game. Josso goes forward to pick up the save and finish it off. John Barr picks up the win in the ball game for COC as he goes an inning plus in relief and leaves in the winning spot. So the Cougars, 10 runs on 14 hits and an error. And COC today leaving 8 on base. For Antelope Valley, 5 runs on 11 hits and an error, and they left 6 on base. Barr gets the win. The loss goes to Turner. And Josso picks up the save. For Turner, falls to 3 and 4 on the year. For John Barr, picking up the win, is 4 and 1 now on the season. And then Joseph Josso, who came in and picks up his very first save of the year, gets the win for COC. Final out at 5:08 in the afternoon. So a 2-hour and 38-minute game. As COC picks up the win, they improve to 9-6 on the conference season and get a game above 500 at 17-16. For Antelope Valley, they fall to 17-15 in the loss. That'll do it for us here on this edition of Cougars Athletics. COC Baseball picks up the win over Antelope Valley. We thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great weekend, everybody.